Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more BattleTech. Okay, so we have one more of these contracts available, so we're going to go ahead and jump on in. It's a nice little ambush convoy, so I'm expecting us to mainly be dealing with vehicles, therefore not much salvage. So we're going to go for the maximum amount of money possible. This will upset the pirates a little bit, but again, no harm there. But we will get some good money, a little bit of salvage, but again, I'm not expecting too much in that today. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run with the lance that we've been using of late. It's working out fairly well, so let's go ahead and continue. Yes, we do know that there is some ever so slightly some damage to our structure on the Vindicator, but that will be about it, and I'm not really that concerned. 2 points of damage is remarkably inconsequential, especially when so far for the last however many missions we have not sustained any damage whatsoever. That said though, we will fix it up when we fly to the next location, but that is for us to get to. But first and foremost, our objectives of today: destroy the pirate ship and escape. Eliminate all other shipments' protection. Okay, so lost supplies. We've become aware of a colony transporting supplies to a pirate facility. We'd like those supplies to become lost. If you take my meaning, we will provide the coordinates to locate the shipment and handle any cleanup after the convoy goes astray. Alright then. I'm not sure why the Federated Suns is being so circumspect, but they don't pay us to ask questions. There's a bonus if we eliminate any witnesses. Well then, if that is the case, yeah, we're going to go ahead and maximize our payday. At the end of the day, we get paid if we finish our main objective, and if we can follow up on the secondary, they normally give us a nice little bonus to our payout. So that is what we shall do. So as soon as the game is ready, we'll go ahead and jump on in. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump on in now.
Interface initiated.
I think at the moment we're going to stick with pausing during the loading there, or at least for the recordings. It's yeah, taking a bit of a toll on my PC trying to get this game to load. It is a slow one, but either way, I digress. Darius Olveria, Commander, we've reached the coordinates we were provided. Move into position to intercept the shipment. Once the shipment is destroyed, head over to the evac zone. Olveria out. Alright then.
Lovely landscape here. Simply lovely.
Alright then, thank you for that little bit of insight there, Cheese Goblin. Let's go ahead and zip on forwards.
Heading out.
Let's get our heavy stuff up and moving. The Enforcer, in fact, you know what? Yeah, those jump jets will be of assistance.
Lifting off.
And then, what do we have? Oh, you know what, with the Commando, let's go ahead and we'll move to cover, just on the off chance we have contact. And then our Spider, yeah, let's go ahead and we will, let's see, denial zone, here we go. You know what, we're moving fairly fast. I'm guessing they'll be taking this. Let's go ahead and get as far forwards as possible and see what our sensors...
sensor range.
Oh, okay, so apparently we are within range. That is a good sign. They are moving, but they're not... I guess it is technically lying. Yeah, I'm not seeing what's going on there, and that is within our blue sensor distance. Although, hang on a second.
Waiting for orders.
Let's just double check here with Cheese Goblin. Yeah, I think, in fact, we could go ahead and work our way down there quite nice. We get some good evasion and cover, but I think
Waiting for orders.
if we're not in combat right now, let's go ahead and get our mechs into position. We'll see what gets us in the best spot. Let's get our Vindicator up on top of that hill. We're going to need some good line of sight there, and then let's bring up our Enforcer, and we should see about doing what we can there.
I copy.
Yeah, alright, Commando, let's go ahead and see.
How might I help?
What have we got? We could go ahead and jump down here. Could sprint as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a lock on if we can. That'll be plenty of evasion, some good cover.
Have no doubt it will be done.
Yeah, okay, so that's what we've got. What do we see? We have a spider as well, another 5V. And then I'm guessing... Oh, this is a pirate escort. Shipment. What have we got here? More shipment. And then... Escort. Okay, so they've got 2 mechs and several vehicles. Alright then, well then, if that's the case, let's get our other commando as close as we can. Yeah, we might want to... part of me wonders whether we should try to go over here so we can cut them off, or whether we should try and back up Cheese Goblin. You know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to sprint as far forward to the road as possible. We've got some good maneuverability. The evasion should help us. A little bit of some movement penalties, but nothing too crazy. But we're going to go ahead and see what's moving on. Alright, and...
You have orders?
You know, we could technically take a shot here, but I think they might try and stick around for a second. So let's go ahead and reserve. We may take a little bit more fire this way, but we've got some good evasion, some good cover. Yeah, we have the advantage as far as the terrain is concerned. We know where they must travel, so we should see what we can do. Alright, so first spider, no big deal there.
Unknown on sensors.
PPC, okay.
Damage is minor, Commander.
Glad we took cover. I'm assuming then that's maybe a, let's see, maybe like a panther? That wouldn't be out of the question. We've seen some of those already. Because that seems to move fairly quickly. Alright. Let's see, what have we got here? We can... Extra stability damage, +4 to hit units within rough terrain with melee attacks. Well, we could technically take a shot on that. I don't think that's worthwhile.
Yes,
our enforcer, we could go ahead and... Again, those spots are not particularly good. Hang on a second. If we jump forwards, 45s and 50s.
Good to go.
We've got a lot of choices to make. You know what?
Yes, Commander.
I doubt we're going to have so much... yeah, I doubt we're going to get any worse shots if we just go ahead and wait. We might take a little bit of damage. Although, hang on a second. There is one at number 2. Hang on a second. Let's just see. Escort. 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 What are you... Hang on a second. Oh, there's a pirate escort there, and that's a vehicle. Okay, maybe that's a an SRM carrier or a demolisher. Yeah, there could be a little bit of danger there, but I don't think we're going to have a better chance than sticking with what we've got right now. Wheeled APC should be fairly easy to take on down. Yeah, at least we've got options to shoot at them, and it's not like they're going to do too much. Yeah, they're not firing at us, that's the main thing. As long as we can deny them. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Let's save our big hitting fellows for now. We'll either try and take out the objective or some of their heavy support. Let's get our commando into cover. 3 end cover is as good as we could ask, so let's go ahead and shuffle off over here. And then we'll take a shot at this first wheeled APC. Yeah.
Affirmative.
We'll see what we can do here. Hopefully we can take it down. Let's see. How much armor has it got? It's only got about 40... Yeah, if we can get any real amount of damage on here, we should be fine.
Firing. Primary target is taking damage. Primary target is damaged, Commander.
Alright, so one nice
enemy
salvo.
vehicle.
Let's see. Oh, that is indeed an SRM carrier, it seems. Okay. Actually, it's probably an LRM carrier. That's because, yeah, no direct line of sight. Spotters, that'd be the way that it goes. Alright, so, let's get everything else moving.
Orders.
Let's get our enforcer forwards. could clear out more of this. We could leave... I think we'll leave the mech for now. Unless... hang on a second. Is there anywhere we could get visual on... No, we need a direct line of sight, I think. Yeah, 70 and 75, that's going to be across the board. Alright, let's go ahead and let's just move regularly for now. That's not going to change our odds, but at least we'll have cover. Yeah, let's go ahead and take out the first one of those APCs. Either a shot should kill. Yep, there we have it.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
Alright, and then...
Commander.
Let's see. Yeah, the LRM-5, how much damage does this thing do? Hang on, let's just double check. So it does 20 damage, scattered as well. Yep, that's about it. Okay. Well, in that case, maybe we do try and actually spot with this spider first. Actually, hang on a second. How much armor have these things got? Oh, if we could hit the same side twice, we could take care of this thing fairly quickly. Could try and focus in on maybe a leg. But this would give us some good cover. We're not going to get shot at from this other mech. We have... yeah, all in all, I think we've got a pretty decent position, and we can always chase down the... oh, we've also got enough for a precision strike. Okay, you know what? Cheese Goblin. Run on in if you please. And we'll see what we can do. So what's this? Oh, Narc Beacon and an LRM-10. Okay. So this is definitely a bit more heavy hitting, but again, that's not the be-all and end-all. There is still that other vehicle on the back, which is an escort. Oh, maybe, okay, maybe I didn't quite count things correctly. So what have we got? 25 damage. If we both hit the same spot, we could get the kill. I'm not sure if I'm really too concerned about that, though. We could focus on this if we wanted with 265s. But again, it's no guarantee, whereas we could at least maybe take out a leg. Hang on a second. If we go for a precision strike here against the spider, 18% at 60, it's not wonderful. Yeah, maybe we just go ahead and try and leg the vehicle. I think that might be the best thing for us. Although 60% really is not that great. Okay, you know what? I don't think we're going to get a kill anywhere else that we go, though. You know what? If we're going to fire our LRMs at the at their narc, we may as well at least put some shots on there. Saves us a little bit of... yeah, we've got better percentage hits. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put some damage on. Again, at least maybe that'll soften it up just a little.
Good to go.
Rannick, let's move you up to the top of the hill. And then, yeah, 85% on those LRMs. And then we could probably... oh, wait a second. Bother. We don't have multi-targeting, do we? No, we do not. Alright, well, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and we'll focus... yeah, no, we need everything to, or at least 3 out of 4 to hit that one spot of the striker narc. Let's just ignore that for now. We'll go ahead and... do we focus on the APC? Got some alright shots. Could do some stability damage. You know what, we can always melee the vehicles. That's a good way to deal with it. So let's maybe focus in on the spider here and see if we can mitigate some of that trouble. Yeah, okay, hang on. Why is our PPC so far down? Target moved, target size, precision strike, arm mounted, long range. Oh, okay. I guess maybe we should have got slightly closer, but it is what it is. Actually, you know what? For now, let's just go ahead and we'll target one of these. Yeah.
Affirmative.
Alright, there we go. At least that's now out of the equation.
That
One
one's
less thing to
gone.
get by
Let's
us.
go.
We should be fine. Alright, what's moving first? Oh, a tag. Oh, lovely. Alright, well, at least we have our... At least we have our cover.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, Cheese Goblin, let's go ahead and get you out of there. We don't want you to get in too much trouble with the unknown mech there. Let's go. Jump jets? Where could we fly? Could zip off over here. Don't have any other targeting data. Could potentially go over here for the evasion, take out maybe this striker narc. We will get eyes on that there, but we do have evasion and cover still. Yeah, you know what? Let's avoid getting shot in the back. And we'll go ahead and hop on over there. Do a little bit of recon for us. What have we got? And it is a panther, just like I suspected. Alright. Let's go ahead and we'll deal with this. At least if we can take out the narc beacon, that will protect us from some damage. And... yeah, that should be good enough. Yeah. Alright. Well, not quite as good as we would ask, but it's fine. A shot is better than none. Alright, Spider's doing nothing.
Commander.
Let's get our commando. Can we go ahead and... oh, we've lost our targeting data there. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, 75s... oh, actually, that's some pretty serious damage there. He is in cover, though. Alright, you know what? Let's go ahead and we'll move up over here. We've got some good shots against the spider. Otherwise, we might be able to clear out one of those vehicles. That should be... oh, actually, we'll miss out on that. But you know what? That'll be fine. We have better evasion this way. Let's just march
Copy
forwards.
that.
And then, let's see, the tag... yeah, I believe the tag is for ballistic stuff. So, we should probably... take this thing out. Yeah, you know what? We should probably be able to kill it. Let's go. Excellent.
Reporting. Vehicle destroyed.
Alright, Panther, long shot there, not working out for them. That is what we want to see. Let's bring...
Standing by. Receiving you.
let's bring our Enforcer forwards. We've got full range on all of these guys. What do we want to take out? The 2 MGs, which is fairly inconsequential, or do we take out the Spider? Well, you know what? I think we go for the Spider first. Yes, it is in cover, but there's a good chance we could do some serious damage. So we'll go ahead and we'll take that. In fact, we'll even go Precision Strike, just to boost up those chances. We'll aim for a leg. We'll see if we can tip that thing over.
Taking the shot.
Alright, well, we definitely hit. Alright, that APC I'm not really too concerned about. We can chase that down quite comfortably. What did we get? We almost got the right torso. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
Rannick. Well, at this point we can probably chase that down with our Spider on the next turn, so maybe we just focus our fire over here. We'll go ahead and we'll take shots at the Spider. Yeah, I think that's going to be... actually, yeah, that would be best. We can call on in our medium laser. Let's see if we can take this thing down. In fact, let's make this thing go bye-byes if possible. Again, we'll try and leg the mech as much as possible. Got the narc attached. That's a little disappointing, but that could be worse.
Ready for orders.
So What about this is number 3. Okay, so we've got 2 shots here. Commando, all with a spider. Let's bring... Could almost go for a DFA, but I think that's a little bit overkill. Let's go ahead and we'll jump. We'll focus down this thing. Make sure that that goes bye-bye. All that evasion should be very nice to make us very difficult to hit.
Target acquired and locked in.
2 shots and it looks like we spread it out just that little bit too much. Oh well. Alright, well at least we didn't get hit by too many missiles there. That is ideal.
Orders?
Commando. Let's go. How far do we have them to travel? I don't think that they can sprint that in a single turn. I think we'll leave the APC for now. Let's focus on... Hang on a second. What have we got? The spider. Striker. Oh man, this thing's really barely kicking.
Standing by.
You know what? With the SRMs, we stand a pretty decent chance here. Let's go ahead and we'll move across here. We'll take shots. At least we'll see all of our enemies. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and say goodbye to this thing.
All weapons are go.
Alright, jump jet's
I
destroyed.
think I hit something good.
Oh, whoops, I forgot. I thought it had already had its turn. My bad. Alright,
Ready for orders.
yeah, we definitely need to make sure that we get that next turn. Let's go.
Standing by.
You know what? I don't really want to do this, but at least this is our main objective and we do not want this to fail. Let's go ahead and get our jump jets up and running. 50 and 65. There we are. That's a much better one. We'll jump. We'll barely get that in our forward-facing arc, but that is all it needs to be. Alright, got to make sure that we finish the mission.
Get the Lance to the LZ, Commander. I'm coming in hot.
Alright, so that's fine. At least we no longer have to worry about that. And now we can just focus our attention on the bodyguards. Alright, so let's go.
Yep.
Rannick, let's get you forwards and then... Got some good shots against that narc there. APC's LRM. That's actually pretty decent for our... pretty much everything. Yeah, let's pick up a little bit of extra evasion if possible. 45... 85, okay, so we don't really get as much as I would want. You know, we still have plenty of heat to play with. You know what, this would at least get us more evasion. Sure, let's go ahead and set ourselves up over there. And then let's get rid of the... Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and make sure this thing does not get a turn.
Locked on. Hot damn. Let's do this.
Alright, what have we got? Melee by a spider. Okay. Nothing too serious though. No small lasers to back up, which is good.
Yes, Commander.
We've got our commando.
Awaiting orders.
Let's bring our spider forwards and we'll deal with theirs. Do we go for a melee that is an 85% at 30 damage? Or do we just fire off our lasers? 55 if we fire from over here. Well, I guess it's better than the alternative, so I guess we'll just go ahead and we'll get this into position. We'll walk our way across, and then we'll take our shots. Yeah, that'll have to be good enough. And then, realistically, we'll probably take out a leg, so that'll be
I
fine.
believe this should have an effect.
And unless that happens, of course. Okay. Alright. Fair play. Fair play. Alright, let's see what we can do.
What's up, boss?
I I think what we'll do is we'll get our enforcer to take care of the spider. So this commando, let's go ahead and we'll bring this around into the rear arc of this thing. We've got some good odds there. Yeah, let's put this guy on notice.
I copy.
Alright, structure exposed. That's good. Can we...
Receiving you.
Yeah, let's move on forwards here. What have we got? 55 and 70. 55 and 70. Actually, hang on a second. Jump jets. There we go. That's far nicer. In fact... Oh, we do lose a little bit of percentage if we take the cover, but you know what? I think we go for the kill at this point. We've got some very good odds here. Most of this should be fairly dangerous. So let's go for a precision strike. Just make sure that we're as well off as we can. Let's aim for the leg.
Affirmed.
Alright, left leg, left torso. Pilot injury.
Something good.
Alright, well that'll at least slow him down. And then...
Good to go.
You know what? I think our spider should probably be able to finish him off. Yeah, he has not got enough health to really survive. Yeah, a shot to the left torso or the center torso will kill. Anything on the right hand side will kill. And then, yeah, we could potentially take out a leg. Alright, so let's move our Vindicator. Let's go. Take a shot. Let's go for a precision strike. And then let's aim for the leg. 48% is pretty decent.
Roger.
Alright, well we took out his right arm. That's good enough.
That hit something good.
That should be his PPC taken offline, so that is ideal. Yep, there we are. No PPC
Waiting
left.
for orders.
Commando. Let's go ahead and... Do we just take a shot? Might be able to clear this up right here and now. Right torso down.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see. 95% for 30 damage. I think we just go ahead and we take our shots. We'll aim for the leg. Actually, hang on a second. Right leg. So that's this side. Can we walk our way across? Now, that'd still be in the rear arc. Let's go to here. Yeah, I think that would put us on his right-hand side. Though that does take us down to 75. Hang on a second. You know what this will do? Let's go ahead and we'll get point blank. We'll take some cover, and then hopefully that increases our odds, which apparently it doesn't. Alright, well, it lives
Solid connection on that one.
by some miracle. Well, I guess he's going to take a swipe at our spider, I suppose. No? A single shot. Huh.
Reporting heavy damage.
That was a questionable decision, but alright, it's not our concern. Let's just go ahead and 75, 50, and 70. I think that should work out well enough. Let's just go ahead and put shots on target.
Nice. Got past his armor.
Alright, so it's still got an SRM-4. Yeah, that's not going to do anything.
Light damage, Commander.
Commander?
Alright, Enforcer, let's roll on up. Let's go ahead and go say goodbye to the spider. That'll do. Goodbye.
Targeting for an alpha strike. Tango down.
Alright, and still no real good choices there for him.
Light
That's
damage.
fine.
Holding firm.
Alright, let's go ahead and
boss?
let's bring our commando forwards. Put a shot on target.
Position confirmed.
This might even kill him realistically. It's not that
Targeting
crazy.
for an alpha strike.
SRM explosion, that'll do it. That's a pilot
Reporting
injury.
critical hit.
He's unsteady.
Reporting.
Alright, let's go. Do we come on in for a melee? You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. That should be fun. We'll go ahead and we'll take the side. This should... Actually, it's got a chance to take out his leg, which could be another injury. Yeah, we're going to go for the kick. Come on. Looks like we hit his center torso. That's a shame. If we had just kicked him in the kneecaps, that would have put him down for good. But oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, look at that. Barely standing. Alright, well,
Ready for orders.
that's the case. Let's just go ahead and go for a precision strike. Let's aim for the leg. We'll see if we can prevent his entire mech dying, but I just don't see it happening.
That's a kill.
Alright, well, money's made at least. All targets eliminated, and collection
Mission successful.
is on its way. Alright, well, so we don't get much in the way of salvage, but we do make a decent chunk of money, 544,000 C-bills. We've also gone up in our mercenary review board. Everyone got a good couple of kills except for Cheese Goblin, although you did do some good work there. Took a lot of fire for a small mech. Alright, so what do we get? We get part of a Panther, which is excellent. That's something that I would have preferred. An MG and an LRM-10. That's not bad. Salvage. Not for what we could have been given. Okay, so I guess now that just leaves us with a couple of things to do, like taking a contract to fly us to the next location. No point in us paying for travel when the benefactor is willing to pay for such things. Not to mention, it still gives us time to work on our mechs and whatnot, so I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do. We'll go ahead and maybe spend a little bit of XP if any of our MechWarriors have that. So let's see.
Waiting for
Tank,
orders.
1500. For now, I think we might... indirect fire penalty? That could be useful to have. Although I am liking the idea of getting out the multi-target at some point.
Yes, Commander.
Rannick is stuck.
What's the plan?
Cheese Goblin. Let's go with that extra health. I feel like that's not... yeah, I wouldn't mind getting some of these better options at some point. Maybe we hold off for
Yes,
a second. As for Big Man, yeah, I think we're in the same boat there. So we're just going to leave everybody be. We're going to go ahead and quickly head down to the mech bay. We've got a few things that we can do. I think at the moment... I don't know if we necessarily need this extra mech spot taken up. I don't mind having the second commando, but at the same time too, we're only really taking 2 lights with us at any given point, so I think we might decommission this mech. So we're going to go ahead and... we're not going to scrap for C-bills. Send this to storage and remove all equipment. I think that actually might be our best plan. So let's go ahead and we'll take that off. Wait, this mech is too badly damaged to safely lock down for... It must repair it first. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll... let's refit. We'll strip everything if we can. Let's strip equipment. We'll do the repair. That'll be 1 day. Okay, so that's pretty simple. And then I think we might even sell that off. But we'll confirm that work order. That'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be all good. So we'll go ahead and confirm that.
Right.
And then over from there, let's get our Vindicator up and running. So let's go ahead and have a bit of a look at the refit. We do need the repair first and foremost. The question is what we want to do now. There was some suggestion that we try and fit in an LRM-15, which we could potentially do. If we drop off the... what is it? If we drop the LRM-5 and we drop off the small and then maybe a couple of our jump jets, how would that go? We do now have... Oh, we do have an LRM-10 as well, but We could go ahead and do that. That would take us 3 tons over. Hang on a second. What's this? 5 tons as opposed to 7. That could be a little bit better. And then that way we could just drop a single heatsink. Yeah, that would leave us with 1 more medium laser. Heat efficiency is not the best, but it could be worse. What happens if we replaced these? What have we got? PPC, LRM-10. This would make it much more of a missile boat. Alpha striking is probably... That's a lot more heat than... sorry, that's a lot less heat than what we actively need right now. Maybe we go ahead and... Let's maybe drop off another little bit of heat sinking, because that should be fairly fine. The PPC, I don't mind this being a long-ranged thing. Hang on a second. Oh, whoops. I didn't actually take that heat sink off. That'll leave us with 6 excess heat. Could you always just lay off for the LRM-10? Could even go ahead and increase our armor here, which also wouldn't be the worst. And then... Oh, that still leaves us with 2 tons. Well, at that point... Maybe we drop the jump jets all together. We bring this up a little bit further. And then, what else have we got? We've got a couple more points. Put a little bit into each leg. That leaves us with 2 tons. Maybe we could leave a laser. And then we could also maybe return a heatsink. So that takes us to 45 tons. Heat efficiency stays fairly similar to where it's at. An Alpha Strike would put us 15 heat in the red. But of course, if we just backed off from the from the medium laser, that would only give us an increase of 3. You know, that's fairly worth it, and that would increase our damage. We're more likely to be firing at range. The medium laser is only for protection. I think 3 heat should be fine, so we'll go ahead and we'll throw this on. We could always try and like maybe swap out a oh wait a second, never mind. I thought that was a large laser for a second instead of a PPC, but I think we're happy with that. Let's go ahead and confirm. Oh, and then we should also go ahead and refit the Javelin, but before we do, let's quickly check out the store. The store is probably worth having a look at, so let's go ahead and see what's available for purchase. We've got 3 million C-bills. We're not purchasing any mechs right now. We could pick up an AC-2, flamer, large laser with a little bit of extra critical. Yeah, you know what? That's actually not too bad, the large laser. I don't mind one of those. Either that, or we've also got a small laser with some extra damage. That could be nice on one of our scouting mechs. Either that or some extra critical, but I think I prefer damage over critical, so let's purchase that. And then...
available.
Let's see, what else is there? We do have that TTS for extra accuracy with the energy. That is rather pricey. I am kind of tempted to pick up such a thing. $500,000. That would take us down to 2.5. We're working out pretty well. We're not taking more damage than necessary. But depending on what we threw this on, this could actually be rather good for some of our early pilots. Yeah, look, we're going to go ahead and buy it. I don't know where we're going to throw it, but we'll have it just in case. And then, did we also want some extra small lasers? I feel like they are fairly handy to have, especially on some of our lighter mechs. They are nice and cheap. You know what? Go ahead and we'll purchase a couple.
New weapon systems available.
If we can fit them in, that'll be nice. If not, oh well. And then, do we keep the purchase a large laser as well? I think we'll see. Yeah, I think we'll have a bit of a think. Alright, so give me a minute here and I'll show you what I think we might end up doing here. This is what we've got. We've we're going to use this Javelin as a fire support vehicle. We're going to go with pure LRMs, which is a little bit weird, but it's what we're going with. I've tried to boost up the armor as much as we can, give this thing a bit more survivability, but again, if this thing pops, it's gone anyway, so there's not much that can really be done about that. We've armored up the right side a little bit more than the left, given that we do have a lot of explosives there, but again, I think this could be somewhat useful. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and run with this for now. We could have gone maybe a couple of other paths, maybe like chucking in some medium lasers and some more support, go for a little bit of a cavalry run, but I feel like we're going to go with some weapons support, and since we do have a few people with indirect fire penalty reduction, we may as well go ahead and get that started. Alright, as for that, I think we're pretty good overall. We've gone ahead and tweaked things as we've seen fit. We could technically... Hang on a second. Spider, hang on a second. Is this something that we wouldn't mind toying around with? Could always drop one of these medium lasers. These things do 25. Actually, hang on a second. Let's go ahead and have a bit of a look. I feel like there's some shenanigans we could play. Maybe along the lines of dropping a medium laser and throwing on a small laser. Yeah, an extra 25 damage. This thing is up close and personal. That buys us an extra half ton, which is remarkably good. We could go ahead and then... What do we want? We could also throw on a second one. Heat efficiency, that would maintain the same as what we've got, but this would be more weaponry. Firepower technically makes it onto the board. Either that or we go and armor up with the extra half ton. You know, let's keep the same damage output that we currently have. Yeah, we do need to be in fairly close proximity, but let's go ahead and give ourselves a little bit more survivability. Yeah, okay, so 60, yeah, do all of that. That's not a bad combination for now. We're extremely maneuverable. We have a whole heap of ability to zip around there. That should be fine. So that'll take us a couple of days, but we should be all sorted. So, let's go ahead and see. Let's see, Commander will be done in 1 day. In fact, let's go ahead and manage these tasks. We don't really need... Hang on a second. We don't really need this commando to be done straight away. Let's go ahead and we'll drop that down to the very end. We definitely want this Sparta and the Vindicator and then the Javelin, so that'll be 16 days in total. Alright, so this will get our Lance that's currently working up and running. Then we'll get the Javelin online, and then, yeah, we'll decommission the commando in a bit. Alright, that seems fairly good. Let's go ahead and head towards our contract and figure out where we're going. So, Frontier Justice. There's an assassination mission. That could be good. Not a huge amount of salvage, but good money, so that could be very nice. Either that or we go for a difficult battle in jungle. Right. Well, you know what? That's a lot of good pay there, but I think we could also get some decent mechs out of this. 12 days. Yeah, I think we go ahead and we'll see about this. Let's go for the more difficult mission. I think we see just what we're capable of. So let's go ahead and actually hang on a second. Let's just double check. What will we have? So we'll still have our Enforcer, our Vindicator. That will get a nice little upgrade there. So we'll take those two. We've got our Commando, and then all that we need is our Spider or our Vindicator, which we will also have. Yeah, Vindicator, Spider, Javelin a few more days afterwards. Yeah, we should be fine. All right, let's go ahead and see what we can do. That should be more than enough. We'll go for the Taurian raiding party. We'll go for the battle, and we'll see exactly how well we can do in a slightly more difficult place. So we've got some decent options there. We're doing well on money. Let's go for some salvage, see if we can pick up a whole bunch from that, and maybe we can potentially pick up a new mech. Alright, let's go ahead and
Calculating course now, Commander.
we'll accept, and let's make our very first jump. Okay, so new mechs and weapons available. Thank you very much. Fell off a cargo ship, available for folks with the right connection. So give the word and a free crate of random new goodies will magically appear in our cargo hold. Well, sure. Who can say no to free mech bits and pieces? What have we got?
That mech you
A
asked
Phoenix.
for is
Okay.
cleared for fighting.
That could be good. What have we got here? So, let's see. Heat build-up is noteworthy. Jump capability. Okay, so what are the weapons that it would come with? Oh. Going to have to send that to storage right now. That's a little bit of a shame. We could always drop off a commando. I do like the 2D, but I think maybe a free mech there's probably not the worst. Yeah, we'll decommission this other one at a later date. We'll go ahead and we'll swap these out. This could be better for our upcoming engagement. So let's go ahead and we'll send this one to storage, and we'll keep the other. Timeline pause. Let's go ahead and continue traveling. Alright, well, the Argo's still looking fairly well beat up there. We definitely do need to do a little bit of repairs there, but right now, money's not too much of an issue. We'll sort it out as time goes by. Unfortunately, some things are a bit of a process. Okay, so
Hey, boss.
there we go.
We've just completed those upgrades.
Alright, that's our first upgrade there for our power conduit. That is very nice. Let's have a look at some other upgrades we could purchase. Could go for recreation there, increase our morale a slight bit. It's not the be-all and end-all. We've also got, what's this? Repair and refit. What do we see? Automation. So that would give us some more tech points, which would help. 10 days, almost 500,000. We've also got more tech points, quite cheaper, 20 days, and scaffolding, 20 days, still fairly cheap. Okay, so yeah, that's the quickest way to get a couple of points, and I think we might potentially take that. We've also got the training module. MechWarriors gain 20 experience per day. That'll only take us 10 days to do. But that will help us level up our crew that little bit faster. And I'm thinking... I don't know. It's either that or the automation. I think right now we will focus in on... I think we'll focus in on maybe some extra repair here. So what's this? 20 days, 3 tech points? No. We'll go with the automation. Yeah, that should at least speed up us repairing things, which will be nice. It's not too expensive considering everything. And then after that, we'll then go for the training module.
Roger that, Commander.
But
I'll
if we're
get
going to
the
be
crew
getting
moving.
into some fights, we're going to definitely need to have a bit more capability there. Alright, so timeline pause. Where are we? We've got 2 more days of travel. That's fine. Let's go ahead and arrive. That should do nicely. Alright, proceed with our current contract. We'll say not yet. We'll have a look at the store. You never know if there's something particularly good. There is part of a hunchback, and I do want one of those at some point in the future. Marauder 3R, that's always nice, yeah. PPC's an AC5, it's not bad. Wolverine, AC10, large lasers, extra critical. Small laser with extra accuracy, that could be nice. Heat sinks, okay, but it looks like that's about everything. The rest is just ammunition. Alright, but I think that's where we're going to call it. It's a bit of a longer episode, but we will yeah, we'll jump into the contract as soon as we can in the next one. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan signing out.